Greetings and welcome aboard to the Heavy Metal Truckers. We are your host. I am Pincushion and this is Doppler. And in this video, we are taking yet another from the pit request. This one is, of course, from our old pal Chillo7 Full, if that is still your name, because after this long you might have changed it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we know you as.
Yeah, that's what we currently know you as, subject to change. However, this video is Yuzukingdom.
I guess how you say it.
Yuzukingdom. I am not at fault for mispronouncing things like this.
Yes.
Yuzukingdom. I don't even remember what the track is called. Honestly, don't.
Pandemic, I think.
Okay, Pandemic. We're going with that. So thank you, and let's get to it. about you, but I actually thoroughly enjoyed that.
I was gonna say that's 2 in a row. Oh shit. Uh, uh, hold on.
Okay.
I literally only have one knock on the song, I guess you would call it.
All right.
And that would be that little bit kind of in the middle of the song where I don't know if you'd want to call it a Winginty, but almost kinda.
That was more of an old school breakdown, like before breakdowns were really much of a thing. It was dun 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 dun
yeah
dun dun dun.
Yeah, it was.
It was more of a transition. Like it's a breakdown, as in it's a transition.
It was definitely a transition, but it was one that I don't know if it needed.
A lot
because
of
the whole rest of the song was nothing like that.
Right. However, I not to necessarily try and defend it, but I'm wondering if that was made in duality with the video, and they had a video idea of telling a story, and they made a metal track around it. Because timing wise, because what was going on within the scene, it fit to me. Because if you remember that during that part, there was a fight going on.
When they were the van. Yeah, on the van. Or whatever it was.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm thinking that's what it was, but if it was without the music video, honestly, it could have been left without, and it wouldn't have suffered.
Yeah. But outside of that, yeah, it was good. Like I loved everything about it. It had a good riff to it, had a good melody to it, had a good atmosphere to it.
I think what impressed me the most, which I don't see this a lot, or I haven't come across this a lot. Someone like you guys from the pit could probably just be like, oh yeah, pull out the podium, try this. I don't hear a lot of the time where, especially like for, I mean, there's a couple groups that have done it now that I think about it, but still, whenever you try and blend black metal and metalcore, it gets a little fuzzy sometimes, like where the lines blur. It either dips too far into metalcore, or it dips a little too much into the black metal, and the metalcore aspect gets lost. But this one was actually kind of done well. It's similar to how, like, whenever this is almost like, to me, a lower budget kind of same tour bill as I could see these guys playing with Garia.
Yeah, he called it melodic death, and that's not a bad way to describe it, I think.
I can see it, just because it's like an older style melodic death, because again, like, the only reason I'm calling it black metal or even close to that is because the style, as far as like, not necessarily blast beats, but it's just like the more faster paced drumming that you would have heard from like Napalm Death, which death metal, or some people want to say grindcore or whatever. I don't know. It's along the death metal spectrum as far as I'm concerned. But it's like it had that like faster paced thing, but also with the tremolo picking and chord progressions that I typically would hear within black metal. So that's the main reason I said it along that lines. But yeah, melodic death metal could definitely work too.
Yeah, with I would agree with some black metal elements, at least in this song. Like you could definitely hear it.
But yeah, I think old school melodic death metal kind of fits the bill more than metalcore. But you also have to understand, like, metalcore way back, like before all those groups like Pierce the Veil or Bless the Fall or whatever, before they came on board, or even Parkway Drive, before they even came on board, there were some other metalcore groups that kind of pioneered that. I Hate God, to an extent, Seven Dust, like just some of the old school metalcore, like whenever metalcore still had balls to them. And just groups like that for me, that's but then again, that's just metal to me. That's just solid metal. It wasn't like a chord to it, like where you had blended pop punk aspects into it later on. That was just old school metalcore to me. So I think
Yep.
because
Yeah,
it
no.
resembled that, that's the reason I pinned it to that.
But no, this is the second one in a row that's been really good. And of course, apparently they're on defunct or hiatus too.
That's it. That's it. I'm just thinking Norwegian black metal. At least they tend to last for like 30, 40 years at this
I
point.
don't know what's going on.
Until they start killing each other off, then
Yeah.
I still got Norwegian and Swedish black metal. God damn it.
I know.
Why am I not surprised again?
Hmm.
But yeah, just excellent done, very well done. I loved the low budget film. It brings so much more to what there is and what they're doing with it. Just more than likely, I know they're no longer around, and they just had their. We were here. We were able to make our mark on some small aspect of history, and we're happy with what we did. There might be more of a case like that, probably is, but still, just well done for what you've done. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, cool. On to the next one, and until next time, guys, keep rolling heavy.